We are picking up in the prelude, I keep saying prelude, potato, potato. We're picking up in musical forms. This is page 8. What is particularly striking in A Course in Miracles, reminiscent of the Fifth Symphony, is the way it begins. Its very first principle, there is no order of difficulty in miracles, is the seed from which germinates the Course's entire thought system. Incidentally, the Course did not begin with the introduction as it does now, but with Jesus saying to Helen on that faithful October evening, "This is a Course in Miracles. Please take notes." The first thing to remember about miracles is that there is no order of difficulty among them. This was the keynote to the entire dictation. Truly understanding this first principle is the key that opens up the Course thought system, not only of the ego, but of its undoing through the Holy Spirit. Another benefit of seeing the parallel between the Course and music is that the latter occurs over time. I mentioned the process of Beethoven's symphonies, but it would be true of any great music. Yet when in the hands of a truly mature conductor, soloist or instrumentalist, time is transcended. Likewise with the Course in Miracles. While the study and practice of the Course occurs over the process of time, as one deepens one's understanding of its message, intellectually and experientially, one dips into the timeless, what the Course refers to as the holy instant. There are passages in the text and the workbook specifically that address this, reflecting a shift from a horizontal, linear experience to a vertical, non-linear one. In a sense, we go beyond the words and sequence of the text presentation to an experience of what Jesus is leading us to. When we have intimations of this, fear often sets in and we go back to the everyday world of time, space, and special relationships until we once again recognize its sterility. Listen, I've recorded this 5 times. That's the best we're getting. And return to the underlying content. One's work with the Course is truly one of going back and forth between the Holy Spirit and the ego. In Beethoven's symphonies and later works, one senses a struggle. The Fifth Symphony in particular depicts the great struggle between the forces of light and darkness, with light triumphing in the end, one reason for his great popularity. Yet what his music expresses, as does A Course in Miracles, is that we do not get to the light without going through the darkness we first have made real. Hence the process of our spiritual development. I launched into this digression not to speak about music or literature as such, but to draw the parallel with A Course in Miracles and specifically with the text. Its melos of love, of love's perfect oneness underlies every word. And one of my goals is for this series is to help students develop an appreciation for what the Course says, as well as recognize that how it says it is an integral part of its message. What was so important to me many years ago in music was that it offered me a means of identifying with that spiritual process in myself. When I found A Course in Miracles, it provided a theoretical context for this experience, which actually mirrored non-verbally the spiritual path depicted in the Course. Again, it is through the words presented as artistically as they are that we are led beyond them. As in Shakespeare, Goethe, or Mann, We are led beyond the words, beyond the music, beyond the artistic form, to the content of love that exists on the other side of the veil of art, verbal and nonverbal alike. This is a process, and it must be done slowly. Some of Beethoven's greatest music is marked adagio or molto adagio, slow or very slow. The great violinist Isaac Stern spoke of the need to hear the space between the notes, whether one is listening to music, conducting it, or playing it. Stern did not use Wagner's word, but he pointed to the need to let the melos breathe as one identifies with whatever great music would be performed. And for this, a leisurely attitude to the music is essential. The same is true of A Course in Miracles. The brilliance of the Course, both as a work of art as well as a spiritual teaching, does not lie in the words. Many who study and love the Course have devoted their lives to it without even knowing what it really says. But they feel something in its presence. You do not have to be a musical scholar to appreciate Bach, Mozart, or Beethoven. You need only listen to know there is something different about their music. You do not have to be a student of music in order to listen to Furtwängler performance of a Beethoven symphony to hear the difference. So too with A Course in Miracles. There is something unique about this book which transcends the words that are often used to describe it. Great, brilliant, beautiful, holy, etc. What enables us to get in touch with its magnitude is the humility that says there is something here far, far greater than I, and I want to grow into it. Thank you so much for joining with me, and we will pick up there tomorrow. We have about 5 more paragraphs of the musical form, which I am quite enjoying, and I hope you are too. I love you. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.